In this video, I am going to be ranking all 3 Kanto region starters from worst to best in terms of how they perform against the 8 gym leaders, the members of the Elite Four, and also against the champion. Now I need to make it clear that the context of the video is based on how they perform in the Pokemon Red and Blue games. Now I also want to make it clear that this video is 100% my opinion. If you feel differently, then please let me know in the comment section down below. Now before I get started, guys, it would honestly mean so much to me if you would subscribe to my channel. Literally just hit that subscribe button. Honestly, it'll make me really happy. Now, let's get straight into it. So in my opinion, the worst starter in the Kanto region has to be Charmander. Even though he is my favorite starter of all time, yeah, he's definitely the worst. Early game, weak against Brock, weak against Misty. Late game, he's also weak against Giovanni. Now, he's actually only strong against one gym leader, which is Erica. 1 out of 8, 12.5%, I think is just a shocking stat. Now, let's not forget, even against the Elite Four, obviously Charmander would have evolved into Charizard. He's only really strong against Lorelei's Jinx and also against the Executor that appears on the Champions team. Well, 2 out of 3 of the Champions team. Let's also not forget that as a Charizard, he cannot learn any flying type moves in Pokemon Red and Blue, which means that he doesn't even get the additional coverage that he should have from being a flying type. All of those reasons, in my opinion, mean that he is definitely the worst starter in the Kanto region. Now moving on, in second place, I've actually gone for Squirtle. Squirtle is a solid second option, in my opinion. Now I say this because early game he's strong against Brock, and late game he's strong against Blaine, and he's also strong against Giovanni. Against the Elite Four, he's strong against Bruno's 2 Onyxes, and also he's strong against Lance's Aerodactyl. The champion has a Rhydon on all 3 potential teams that he uses, who he is strong against, and the champion also has 2 Arcanines on 2 out of 3 of the potential teams that you can use against him. Now the thing that makes, in my opinion, the Squirtle line quite powerful is that they have access to strong moves like Surf and Ice Beam. Ice Beam you can get in Celadon City. Now the great thing about Ice Beam is that Erica has a type advantage over Squirtle. At this stage probably will be a War Turtle, but having the move Ice Beam means that you can sort of eliminate that weakness, which means that you only really have Lieutenant Surge to worry about. In my opinion, because having access to these 2 moves, he automatically just becomes so much more powerful and you get so much more coverage out of him. This means that he's strong against Agatha's Golbat. He's also strong against Lance's 3 Dragon type Pokemon, who, let's be honest, are only really weak to Ice type attacks because there's only one Dragon type move in Gen 1, which is Dragon Rage, and that only does 40 damage, so it's pretty much useless, isn't it? So yeah, honestly, I just think because you have access to Surf and you have access to Ice Beam, you get so much coverage out of the Squirtle line that I've put Squirtle in second place. Now obviously that means the best starter in the Kanto region is Bulbasaur. In my opinion, Bulbasaur is not one of my favorite starters. I don't really like grass type Pokemon, that's just my opinion. But let's just have a look. Early game, strong against Brock, strong against Misty. Late game, strong against Giovanni. Also mid game, you have resistances to Lieutenant Surge, you have resistances to Erica, you have resistances to Koga's poison type Pokemon because of Bulbasaur's great typing. Let's also remember that he's only weak against Blaine's fire type Pokemon and Sabrina's psychic type Pokemon. But when you're weak against 2 gym leaders out of 8 and you're strong against 6 gym leaders out of 8, you pretty much can be forgiven. Now the reason why I've put him as best is pretty much for how well he performs against the 8 gym leaders. You don't really get much utility out of him when you're facing off against the Elite Four. Yes, he is strong against Bruno's 2 Onyxes, and yes, he is strong against the Rhydon, but other than that, like, you're not really going to use him against the Elite Four or the champion. And even though I have him as the best starter in the Kanto region, he is only marginally above the Squirtle line. Now again, I do have to stress, because he performs so well against the gym leaders, I've put the Bulbasaur line, Bulbasaur as the best starter in the Kanto region. Now guys, this was just a short video. If you have enjoyed it, then please let me know in the comment section down below. Now some of you're definitely not going to like me hating on Charizard, you're not going to like me hating on Charmander because he is such a popular Pokemon. So let me know, what is the best way of using Charmander in Pokemon Red and Blue, or Charmeleon, or Charizard? What's the best strategy? Tell me the best teams that you can use to nullify his weaknesses. Let's get a bit of a discussion going. Guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, stick around. by subscribing to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.